Alright, the time has finally come to test 6 pieces of Shal'baas versus 4 pieces of Vithus. This is GameZone and let's go. In this video we will be doing 3 each challenge rift against a high challenge difficulty monster to see which set is more effective. I will be doing 6 pieces of Shal'baas and 4 pieces of Vithus, and we will be doing side by side comparison with the timer on it, and I will be showing you guys that as well. These are the gems which I'm going to use for both tests with the Shal'baas 6 piece and 4 piece of Vithus, and I don't have the Carson invigoration equipped. So with the Vithus I will be getting 30% attack speed from the set items, and with Shal'baas I will be getting 25. Alright, these are the gear pieces which I'm going to use with 6 piece Shal'baas: Scattered Mask, Heart of Vengeance, Chilled Wrath, Mental, Inescapable Raptor, Breath of Winter, and the Hungerer. The skills which I'm going to use for 6 piece Shal'baas are Crossbow Shot, Multi Shot, Knife Trap, Vengeance, and Daring Swing. And the gear pieces for 4 piece of Vithus I'm going to use are Scattered Mask, Heart of Vengeance, Decisive Report, Silent Retribution, Ember Mist, it reduced the smoke screen time by 15%, and the Hungerer. And the skills are going to be almost the same: Crossbow Shot, Multi Shot. The only difference is I'm going to swap Knife Trap with Smoke Screen, which will give us critical chance for 1.30 seconds. Then Vengeance and Daring Swing. Now that I have shared all the basic stuff with you guys, it's time to get into the test. So let's go and have fun, guys. Alright, so on the left side you can see Shal'baas with 6 pieces. Monster difficulty is 291, combat rating higher, 71% damage reduction. On the right side with Vithus 4 piece and Shal'baas 2 pieces, monster difficulty is 260, combat rating higher, and damage reduction is 69%. And the reason why I wanted to keep the damage reduction close to one another is because I wanted to see the consistency between the sets to see which one is effective and does the rift more quicker. While you guys are watching the video, I want to talk about some pros and cons of Shal'baas 6 pieces and also Vithus with 4 pieces with Shal'baas of 2 piece. And I'm going to start here with the Shal'baas 6 piece, what I think about it and what are the goods and what are the bads here. The first good thing about Shal'baas is that it will give you consistent 25% attack speed as long as there is an enemy to kill. And the second thing which is really good is that you don't have to worry about when to trigger your skills, or let's say when to activate your skills, because even if you press it at the wrong time you will still get the speed buff, a 6 space speed buff, even if your vengeance is not activated. And the speed is actually really good that you get from 6 spaces for 12 seconds. It is the highest speed that you can get in the game. The Empower Shrine that gives you attack speed and cooldown on your skill is the same attack speed that you get, which is really fast, and with Vengeance you can even increase that while the buff of Shal'baas is activated. So it's insane, you can feel that it's really good when it gets triggers. And the last thing which in my opinion is good is that if you're a guy who doesn't want to get into a complicated builds and mix up set items with one another, then Shal'baas is a really good option for you. You can just equip 6 pieces and it will serve you really well. Now there are 3 bad things about this set, and it all relates to the 6 piece bonus. The first is a 40-second cooldown, which is really long in my opinion. Then there is only 5% chance of triggering it, which means you will have to wait extra seconds to trigger it. Then lastly, which is the worst, is that you cannot control the trigger, meaning it can get triggered at a bad time and you have to wait another 40 or more seconds to trigger it back. So these are the three goods and three bads. Also, I will not suggest anyone to use Shal'baas with 6 pieces in Battleground because you cannot control the trigger on the final buff, so it will mess you up a lot if you try to use the Shal'baas with 6 pieces in Battleground. But if you go into Shadow Clan against a Immortal, as we all know, there are a lot of stuff going on, and we could get messed up with our skills triggering. So Shalbaz is actually really good option to go against in a shadow war, so you don't have to worry about anything and just keep on spamming your primary attack on the immortal. Alright, now let's move on to the Vithus 4 pieces. Now that we can see here that Vithus 4 piece and 2 piece Shalbaz is actually doing better here. We are ahead in time here, taking out the same enemies much quicker than 6 piece of Shalbaz. The first thing which I notice is the trigger of these effects, that I can control them and use them at the right time whenever I want to. I don't have to hope that it will trigger at the right time whenever I want it to. I actually have a control over it, which actually saves me a lot of time. And the second thing which I notice is that Vithus requires you to have a really low cooldown on your vengeance so you can use the combo. And for that, if you have a legendary gem which is rank 10 and is awakened, it can give you extra cooldown on your vengeance, which I have here on my berserker eye. And therefore my cooldown on my vengeance was only 15 seconds, and I felt like I didn't needed the cooldown on my smoke screen as well, and maybe I should have gone with the Breath of Winter to have more control over the enemy so I could chill them, slow them down, so I can have more breathing space to move around and not get hit. So here in the last test of our challenge rift, you can easily see me or going to see me that I was having a very hard time against the range enemies because I did not had any crowd controls with my Vithus. So I was thinking of changing it with Breath of Winter so it can give me some crowd control. But on the other hand, with my trap builds on the Shal'baas and Breath of Winters, I was having no issue. I could even stand between the enemies with no issue and they were not able to hit me because most of the time they were just frozen or slowed, or I was using fear on them, which I still have on my Vithus, but I was not able to use it at the fullest extent because I was not getting closer to the enemies. They were hitting me. Alright, now I'm going to give my final verdict about Shalbaz and Vithus. Shalbaz is great, it works really good, but it's not for Battleground, and the only bad side which is really bad is the trigger, that you cannot control the trigger. If you could, then it's really awesome. You can use it at the right time. You can really use this in raids with no issue. You can just focus on shooting raid boss or shadow war, go against immortal. No need to worry about triggering your skills at the right time. You don't have to worry about that at all. But it's not for Battleground. On the other hand, Vithus is really great. You can support your members in dungeons, buff them up, they can do extra damage, or you can go in battleground, you can have full control over your skills. You can deal extra damage to players whenever you want to, and for that better for that Vithus is actually really good. The only thing which lacks with the Vithus is the crowd control, that you don't have much crowd control with it, but you can still have Breath of the Winter equipped with it, which will work really well. And on top of that, what I felt is that you actually do need a rank 10 gem and a awaken gear piece to reduce the cooldown of your vengeance. If you don't have that, then you might feel like that you are not taking the full potential of the Vithus, and you will be hoping that one day you will get the rank 10 gem, and then you will awaken the gear slot to get some more cooldown on the vengeance. And yeah, that is a bad side about Vithus, that it will ask you to spend some money. If you're a guy who is free to play, then you will have to pay if you want to get the full potential. And 1 star gem is good for that, 2 is better, 5 star is even better, but who can afford that? Not me. Anyways, I hope you guys like the comparison here. I tried to do both of them in the same map against same enemies so I can get the best result for you guys. And if you guys like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video. Until then, have fun and bye guys.
This world doesn't need a hero. It needs a professional.